Believe it or not, it's our responsibility to provide our next generation with the guidance, the fortitude, the strength, the community, and knowledge that they need to succeed.
We gotta cancel culture, change the way our kids are thinking. Think about the pain and anguish. We can save next generation. Break the cycle, no administration. Replacing anger with contemplation. Gotta teach them how to use their minds. Remind our kids they born divine. With a right to be, with a right to live, with a right to be exactly who they is. Cause eventually they'll be writing them in a prison cell while you're wiping tears.
I know, cause that was me.
Just ask my mama. I'm sorry for the things I did when I was young. I know no better. On second thought, I knew a lot. In retrospect.
All right. What's happening? Welcome to A Blueprint for Parents, Breaking Cycles. The last time I read a parenting book. It was an anger management book about parents or for parents, and it was written by somebody else, and I enjoyed doing that. But in the background, I was already working on my own parenting book. Just a little background about me. I'm a father of 7. I was judicially entangled for the better part of nearly 30 years, from 12 to pretty much last year or so, on some form of, probation, doing time or whatnot. I started a new journey, about 4 years ago, setting myself free, and I started to write curriculums, and it really attracted me. I really felt like I was in alignment with my actual assignment here on earth. Part of that's being a hope dealer, right? Creating tangible tools. And then when I was working a job as a family navigator, I was responsible for running, facilitating, and creating curriculum for 3 different support groups. So this is the accumulation of all the different things that I've done in the field as a behavioral health specialist, a certified peer support specialist, and I'm also a certified peer support specialist trainer and state approved mentor. Along with that, there's the National Anger Management Association's certificate for parent instruction, anger management specialist. And I also went as far as to honor part of my lineage, being part native. I undergone the positive Indian parenting uh, instructor class as well, so I can do train the trainer for that. But I wrote this because it was demanded of me by the participants of the support groups, utilizing the exercises that we had come up with and being of service, and people wanted to have more of it, right? I no longer work in that position, but a blueprint is actually an acronym that stands for betterment, love, unity, preserve and recovery, intentionally navigating trauma. And then in parentheses, breaking cycles. And it's really focused on post reunification tools because I worked in the field and still currently support family reunification efforts and advocacy. But what I realized is when kids are taken from a parent, regardless of the reasons or circumstances behind it, when they come back home is when I believe they need the most tools, because a lot of times parenting classes are undergone under duress. You're in survival mode. You're trying to get your family back together. You're trying to get back in your baby's life. And a lot of times, if you're doing something in survival mode, you might not retain as much of the information from those classes where the goal wasn't to get the information, but to get back to your kid. So this having a lot of post reunification tools is about that. After reunification, what happens when the system that took your kids and then reunified you with them doesn't continue any care after they come back into your care? So there's some heavy, you know, curricula around that particular component of parenting. But also, this is parenting for everyone. Modern age parenting, parenting with, social media being such a big influence where 20 years ago it wasn't, right? So I really wanted to touch on a lot of different things when it comes to parenting, the how to, the definite, like what not to do's, right? But everyone has their own kind of parenting that, they're comfortable with, whether it was generationally passed down or just adding and taking away from the way they were parenting to the way that they would like to have been parenting, and then incorporating that into the way they parent. So let's just go into the introduction, a blueprint for parents. You can get your own copy on Amazon. If you want it for way cheaper and signed, you can contact me directly, Coach B at coachb360.com. That's my email. And so, we have our contents. There's about 48 lessons in here. And I just want to be really transparent. This was meant to be a guide, not a exactly how. Every lesson in here is to provoke thought, to create new ways to think about the same thing, which is parenting. But I will read this. This is the forward. Parenting comes with unique challenges, building trust, connecting with your child, and finding your place in the family. It takes strength, patience, and a willingness to grow. This parenting workbook is designed to support you on that journey. Inside, you'll find tools to help you reflect, communicate, heal, and build relationships with yourself, your children, and parenting partners. This isn't about perfection, it's about showing up, learning, and moving forward with love, accountability, and hope. You've already taken a powerful step by opening this workbook. Keep going. You're not alone. With respect, Dr. Sandra D. Smith, RPS. Big shout out to Dr. Sandra, who I'm in some other spaces with. Very honored that when I finished my first draft of the manuscript, as busy as she was able to take her time and dive into it and write this forward for me. So thank you, Dr. Sandra. I really appreciate that. So now let's get into the introduction, a blueprint for parents. In today's fast paced world, balancing work and family life presents significant challenges for parents striving to spend quality time with their children. Despite these challenges, research indicates that modern parents are dedicating as much, if not more, time to childcare activities compared to previous generations. For instance, studies have shown that both married and single parents today spend more time teaching, playing with, and caring for their children than parents did 40 years ago. When examining the time working parents allocate to their children, distinctions emerge between single mothers and single fathers. Single mothers who are employed spend an average of 8 hours per week on childcare if they have one child, 11 hours if they have two children, and 13 hours if they have three or more. In contrast, single fathers' overall work time is slightly longer than that of a single mother's. These findings underscore the evolving dynamics of parenting, highlighting the increased commitment of both mothers and fathers to actively engage in their children's lives, despite the demands of contemporary work schedules. So, breaking down what blueprint means: betterment. Our first principle, betterment, reminds us that personal growth and self improvement are at the heart of our collective journey. We're here to support each other as we work towards becoming the best versions of ourselves, knowing that this transformation positively impacts our friendships and family relationships. Love. Love is the foundation of our group. It's about fostering empathy, compassion, and kindness, not only towards others, but also towards ourselves. Love is what strengthens our bonds and enables us to navigate the ups and downs of life together. Unity. Unity signifies our commitment to building a sense of togetherness and solidarity within our family group. It's about recognizing that we're all in this journey together, supporting one another through challenges and triumphs. Unity helps us create a safe and trusting place. Now, side note, I often say there's no community without unity. And also, that means there's no community without collaboration from others. And then the intentional navigation of trauma. Uh, After we preserve our recovery, we're preserving our progress. Our final principle, intentional navigation of trauma, acknowledges that many of us may carry past experiences that have shaped our lives. Together, we explore ways to heal, grow, and thrive in the face of adversity. It's about empowering ourselves to overcome obstacles and emerge stronger. So, the outline for a blueprint for parenting is relationship building, strengthening, co parenting, communication, the power of two vehicles, one life. So, the concept of this is about two people, each with their own individual journey, coming together to build a shared life. It's not about losing yourself in the relationship, but learning how to grow and thrive together. This book is for anyone in a committed relationship, whether married, co parenting, or navigating any relationship where two vehicles are driving the same life. So, redefining traditional marriage, what does a healthy marriage look like? Marriage as a partnership, not a power struggle. Equality in decision making, finances, and emotional labor. How to strengthen your emotional bond. Deepening intimacy and connecting in an ever changing world. So, the 2v1 life concept isn't just about being in a relationship, it's about growing together, learning together, and building a life that reflects both of your desires and dreams. This book offers actionable advice for couples in the modern world where technology, social expectations, and life pressures can often drive wedges between us, but also where true partnership, communication, and mutual respect can help us thrive. Whether you're building a marriage, strengthening a relationship, or co parenting, this book gives you the tools to take charge of your shared life and make it everything you want it to be. So, the importance of relationships from partners to peers. We know that everything starts with the individual, but when it comes to relationships, whether romantic or platonic, each relationship we have reflects who we are and who we are becoming, from friends to siblings, from coworkers to neighbors, and especially in the most important relationships, marriages and long term partnerships. Every connection we foster influences and shapes our understanding of love, commitment, and growth. Our relationship with others affect how we show up in our relationship with ourselves and vice versa. In this workbook, we will explore how relationships, whether they're marriages, romantic partnerships, or co parenting arrangements, or connections with friends, colleagues, or acquaintances, serve as mirrors of our personal development. Relationships play a crucial role in the life we create. Just as we learn to communicate with ourselves, we learn to communicate with others. The challenges we face in each relationship are opportunities for us to grow and learn new ways to nurture, support, and care for those that we love. So, drawing from my own lived experiences, I've seen a lot. As a father of seven with three marriages, and as someone who has navigated the challenges of parenting from prison, I bring a wealth of wisdom and expertise to this workbook. My journey has taught me that love may be unconditional, but relationships are contracts, ones that are made up of agreements, compromises, and mutual respect. The delicate balance of these agreements is what holds relationships together. When agreements are broken or go unspoken, relationships suffer and healing becomes necessary. That's where this workbook comes in place. I always say, we are what we agree to. And in our relationships, the agreements we make are foundational to building healthy, long lasting relationships. This workbook isn't just about marriage or partnerships, it's about challenging core beliefs, redefining love, and learning the tools to heal and strengthen all the relationships that matter in our lives. From communication and boundaries to understanding the impact of social media on our interactions, we'll explore how to cultivate healthier relationships at every level of our lives. This workbook is co authored by my daughters, my, my wife, their unique perspectives coming from both the next generation and as a youth peer and recovery coach offer valuable insights into how relationships evolve in today's world, especially when compounded by generational shifts, challenges, and healing from past trauma. Together, this family collaboration aims to offer guidance on how we can all improve our relationships, build strong partnerships, and approach our daily interactions with intention, respect, and love. It's about learning how to show up fully, not just for our partners, but for ourselves, for our children, for our communities, and for the relationships we build with everyone around us. In this workbook, we'll explore challenging core beliefs, examining how the beliefs we hold about relationships, whether learned from family, society, or personal experience, shape how we interact with others, defining love and relationships, understanding that love may be conditional, but relationships are built on agreements and commitments, and exploring how those agreements hold the key to long lasting bonds, boundaries and communication, learning how to communicate more effectively, set boundaries, and navigate tough conversations. The role of social media, examining how social media impacts relationships today, from the influence of likes and follows to its role in communication, privacy, and trust. Building a relationship resume, identifying the qualities, values, and skills that make us great partners and applying them to real life scenarios. Mock partner applications, a fun, engaging way to reflect on the qualities we value in relationships and use those reflections to improve how we show up for people in our lives. This workbook isn't just for romantic partners, it's about building and strengthening relationships in all areas of your life. Whether you're struggling in your marriage, working on co parenting with your ex, or just want to improve the friendships you hold dear, this workbook provides practical tools, self reflection exercises, and actionable steps to help you strengthen the bonds that matter most. Integrating peer support principles into parenting can profoundly enhance family dynamics, fostering an environment of mutual respect, empathy, and shared growth. So, by embracing these values, parents could build stronger, more supportive relationships with their children. Side note on that, so peer support, the values of it, the core beliefs around what make it what it is what has given me the ability to lead the way that I do, to move the way that I move. And so I tried to take all these different pieces, whether it's positive Indian parenting, anger management, um, positive parenting. There's a lot of different modalities about how to parent. And I wanted to take a little from each one and do a little alchemy and create something a little bit more unique and different. Maybe not better or worse than any other parenting modality, but different. So, core principles of peer support and their application to parenting: mutual respect and shared power. Peer support context, peer relationships thrive on equality where power is shared and each individual's voice is valued. So, a parenting application: while parents naturally hold authority, incorporating children's perspectives in decision making respects their autonomy and fosters mutual respect. For example, involving children in setting family rules encourages cooperation and understanding. Two, empathy and understanding. Peer support context, empathy involves deeply understanding another's experiences without judgment. Side note, that's where I believe the platinum rule is more important than the golden rule, where we've told ourselves we treat others the way we want to be treated. But the platinum rule says to treat others the way they want to be treated. And so collecting that data by asking questions of our children can help that process. Okay, parenting application. Approaching children's feelings and behaviors with empathy, acknowledging their emotions and validating their experiences strengthens the parent child bond and promotes emotional intelligence. Hope and encouragement. Peer support context. Instilling hope is central to peer support, right? Emphasizing belief in each individual's capacity for growth and recovery. Now, the parenting application is encouraging children to overcome challenges and supporting their aspirations nurtures resilience and self confidence. Celebrating their efforts, regardless of the outcome, reinforces a positive mindset. Voluntariness and autonomy. Peer support context, engagement in peer support is 100% voluntary, respecting each other's autonomy. So, how do we apply that in parenting? While certain responsibilities are non negotiable, allowing children to make choices within appropriate boundaries fosters independence and decision making skills. For instance, letting a child choose their extracurricular activities empowers them to explore their interests. Strength based approach. Now, in peer support context, focusing on individual strengths rather than deficits promotes empowerment. So, the parenting application is recognizing and nurturing children's strengths, encourages them to develop their talents and build self esteem. Highlighting what they do well rather than solely addressing shortcomings creates a supportive environment for growth. Transparency and honesty. Peer support context, open and honest communication is foundational to trust in peer relationships. Parenting application, maintaining clear and truthful communication with children appropriate to their developmental level fosters trust and security. Being honest about family changes or challenges helps children feel included and valued. Seven, mutual learning and growth. Peer support context. Both parties learn and grow from the shared experience. Parenting application. Parents can acknowledge that they are also learning and evolving. Embracing this mindset models lifelong learning and adaptability for children. So, implementing peer support values in parenting practices. Active listening. Prioritize truly hearing your child's thoughts and feelings without immediate judgment or interruption. This practice validates their experiences and encourages open communication. Collaborative problem solving. When issues arise, work together to find solutions. This collaborative approach teaches critical thinking and reinforces the value of teamwork. Shared experiences. Engage in activities that both you and your child enjoy. Creating opportunities for bonding and mutual enjoyment. Shared positive experiences strengthen relationships. Modeling behavior. Demonstrate the behaviors and values you wish to instill. Child learning significantly through observation, embodying empathy, respect, and honesty sets a powerful example. By integrating these peer support principles into parenting, families can cultivate relationships grounded in mutual respect, understanding, and shared growth, leading to a more harmonious and supportive family environment. The journey ahead? Now it's time to dive in. Whether you're here to improve your relationship with your partner, strengthen your co parenting skills, or simply challenge your current way of thinking about love and relationships, this workbook will guide you step by step through each phase of growth. 2 vehicles, 1 life. We can't do this alone. But with commitment, clarity, and compassion, we can build something lasting, beautiful, and strong together. So let's get started. So, next episode, I will get into Chapter 1, Relationship, Beliefs, and Evaluations. I just wanted to kind of present an introduction of what to expect. This parenting manual, all the different things that you'll hear in it throughout these episodes. I'll try to just do 1 chapter a week. It may not always turn out that way, but if you follow, like, and subscribe and do all the things, and you'll be notified every time one of these drops. My goal isn't to become rich or a best-selling author or any of those things. And if you really knew me, you would know that to be true. But my goal is to just provide tools, right? So much valuable information in our society is gate kept, and we are given misinformation. And so many programs are really, really expensive to get into. Sometimes court orders parenting, and those things make it really hard for someone to get their kids back for the simple fact that they are unable to afford the parenting. Now, um, even if they can, are they getting the tools that they need when taking a parenting class under the duress of take this or else, right? So I wanted to provide something where you can just get some tools, some tips, because at the end of the day, it's about the kids, right? If you're good, if your emotional intelligence is really high and you've worked out that muscle to make your life a little bit better and to be able to navigate tough conversations, deal with some of the things from your past, and communicate in a way that's powerful and uplifting, whether it's to other people or and your children. Because regardless if you're super nice to your children in the house, and then say they see you be rude to somebody at a restaurant or in a grocery store, that's going to confuse them because you might tell them, hey, be nice to people, don't do this, and then they see you doing it. And our kids will mimic what we model, not so much what we say. So I just wanted to really give some tools. I want to go through each chapter. Every time I drop an episode, it'll be another chapter from this book. If you want to buy the book directly from me, you can email me, Coach B at coachb360.com, and get a signed copy. It'll be really cheaper than going through Amazon, and you'll get a 150-page companion journal so you can do your lessons and kind of keep the integrity of your book intact. I'm really excited to be doing this. Thank all of you for your support, everybody who contributed to it. And matter of fact, before I go, I think it's important that I go back to the beginning of this and just I want to read some acknowledgements, right? Teresa and Brian Nisbet, aka Mama's Boy, for your unyielding belief and support of me. Family first. My wife, for partnering on this journey with me and help me with the real life from being my real life co parent and content. Lacey Willis is also a certified parent training specialist, a certified peer counselor, a certified anger management specialist, one, and she's also a recovery coach through CCAR. So, to my children, whom without I would not be a father at all, and for being willing to share insights from your point of view that have continued to evolve my fatherhood. And specifically, my Princess Anantia and Bubba Willis for proofreading and contributing your thoughts. Now, I have to give credit to the leadership styles of those supervising me at my first job in the peer field as a family navigator. So, Stephanie Tompkins and Bree McNeely, your peer style of supervision allowed me to grow and explore. Because of that trust in me, I found my assignment. And to my mother, Deborah Mitchell, for showing me the resilience and strength it takes to raise men by herself. Um, and so that's what I have. Look forward to more episodes dropping. Hopefully, if I can find it within the bandwidth, I'll try to drop one every Sunday because that's kind of been our family days, right? Sundays. A lot of people have family days on Sundays, so I'll drop some of these episodes probably like midnight or something, so that they'll be available. And you can expect this one ASAP. All right, my name is B.L.U Willis, aka Coach B. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram under Coach B Willis, Coach B360. And the website is coachb360.net.